All right. Hello, class. We are group one, and this is our presentation for the branding and style guide for Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering.
Just as a quick background for Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering, as we were kind of exploring this project, some of the continuing themes we found across different pieces of Big Mama's information is just that Big Mama's is focused on bringing Southern inspired food to the world, family inspired meals that are meant to make people happy. And then we continuously saw themes throughout the way they cook and interact with the community. So we've identified audiences for Big Mama. The two primary pieces that we've identified are women who are 27 to 50 in the Omaha area, as well as a secondary audience of college students who are 18 and 25. And the two main factors for both of these groups is that these individuals typically eat out about once a week. As far as competition, there were a few different specific competitors for Big Mama, specifically different businesses directly within the Highlander complex that the company is located, as well as competing Southern food restaurants and catering companies within the Omaha area. And then as far as what sets Big Mama apart, it's really just the overall commitment to the community that they have.
And next, after we did all of the background research, we started to define the brand's personality and the brand personality trait. The archetype we settled on for Big Mama's was the cheerful mother. And some of those traits that define the brand are devoted, which is family oriented, dedicated to the community. It's expressed through their commitment to their neighborhood and their scholarship with Metro. Warm. The business is a welcoming environment. It's casual, it's comforting. The food is nurturing, and this is expressed through their friendly customer service. And soul food is known as a comfort food. Bold was another trait that we identified. Fun and energetic. This is expressed through bright brand colors that entice and incite hunger, excitement, and energy. It's also expressed there. Down to earth, sincere, humble, wholesome. This is shown through their simple ingredients and the classic soul food dishes and how they stick to their family recipes. It's convenient and affordable. Their catering and their restaurant are both really accessible. And then joyful. It's spirited, cheerful. They celebrate their heritage, and they're all celebrating the legacy of Big Mama's cooking at their restaurant.
For the brand story, we talked about the way that Big Mama's came to be, the inspiration behind Big Mama's cooking and catering, which was to feed the world, Big Mama's dream. Serving home-cooked meals in a warm and welcoming environment is also a key component of the brand story, as well as its location in North Omaha. Serving ages 15 to 25 was one of our primary demographics of individuals who might support Big Mama's, as well as those who support Black-owned businesses. The way that it operates in North Omaha is still offering home-cooked meals, Southern food, warm environment for people to eat within. The true flavors and family values of Big Mama's is also a key component of the brand story, as it goes back to the roots of Big Mama's family values, trying to treat everybody that works there, as well as the patrons, with a family-esque environment to enjoy the food within.
Finally, we used David Akers' model to define the essence of the brand and help keep the brand aspirational. So the first step was identifying the essence, the vision, and that was building community through taste, those classic flavors, and tradition of honoring Big Mama. So at the core of Big Mama's brand is soul food, just like Mama used to make. It's a family-owned business celebrating heritage, that they treat you like family when you're there dining in. The extended elements are giving back to Omaha, making home-cooked flavors accessible through catering, and creating those comforting memories over a hot meal. With the brand core being building this community through taste and tradition and being rooted in their family connections, their recipes, as you work outward to giving back to Omaha, that's what keeps the brand aspirational. That if they stay true to their roots, to Big Mama's dream of creating a restaurant where everyone felt like family, the brand can achieve new heights. We know that their goals include catering efforts and building a stronger North Omaha neighborhood as part of the Highlander incubator. So keep those recipes the same, honor the traditions, and then grow boldly into the future as a pillar of the community.
Next, we'll talk about visual brand guide that we put together. So for the primary colors that we chose, we pulled the orange and the yellow from pieces of their social media. We saw a lot of orange and yellow being used in different shades. We ultimately decided that these looked the best together. We added the red in there as well to go with that warm color palette. We thought that they were warm, inviting, they enticed feelings of hunger. And then for our secondary color palette, we pulled these colors from the leopard print pattern that was on Big Mama's apron. So those colors are used minimally, as well as the pattern that we put in there, the leopard print. We noted that that should be used minimally as well, and that full logo shouldn't be placed over the pattern. Next, we talk about some of the alternative logos. So we actually gave some options there that should be used if there is a busier background. We took away the face and we just used the text only logo, and we put a black version and a white version on there. So these logos can be used when there is a busier background. Then for the typography, we chose the Chunk 5 font. So that font mimics the font that is in the kitchen and catering on the logo. So that should be used for the headings. And then we took the Open Sauce font, which is simple and easy to read. And we chose that for subheadings and bodies of text. And we noted to bold it for the subheadings. And then there on the bottom right, you can see kind of an example of how the text should look if it's on the website. You have the heading there in the Chunk 5, and then you have under it the bolded Open Sauce, and then the body is in the Open Sauce. So we chose kind of these colors and fonts because they took on some of the brand personality that we went with. So the leopard pattern is very bold and joyful. The colors that we chose are warm and inviting, as well as the fonts.
To add on to that, we have the do's and don'ts. This will add as a guideline or some boundaries on how to utilize the logo effectively. We want to make sure that you're not doing things like altering it, rotating, overcrowding, rearranging it. This all alters the logo and takes away from the brand itself. So keeping everything together makes things cohesive. And as Katie had stated before, using the text-only logo over busier background makes it a little bit more effective, easier to read. And if you have something that's more plain, then you can use the logo with the facial features. So that way it stands out and it still represents the brand effectively. And I believe that that is all from us today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. We have our full version in the attached PDF that you can check out if you want to see some more.